Yeah. All right. It's another day, another session, another day, another blessing, another day, another topic. And you know the vibes. It's another day of a live stream, another day of the road to blow up, another day for global recognition train. You know the vibes. All right, you know the vibes. It's live streaming daily. It's a blow up, you know, and that's Everly on God and God alone. And today's Wednesday, and it's Love and Relationship Wednesdays, as we already know. Now, today is somewhat special because we'll be talking about both life, love, and relationship. So, it's a three combo topic or three combo aspect of life that, or three combo aspect that you can't live life without. So, yeah, we begin today is in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. If you're an existing, this is your first time, I appreciate you are welcome. If you're an existing, that's you've been with us from where we started, I appreciate you are welcome. Today is day 10. Bro, that's massive. God has been good. Alright, without wasting further much, Jesus, without wasting further time, I will start further ado. Yeah, I'm actually really stressed today because I did some content, but notwithstanding, we got it. Alright, love and relationships and how to navigate life and love, or how to navigate life around love and relationships. Now, you may be wondering why I use the word navigation here. That's obvious. That's what's up. But now, let's get the definition right away and we can deduce why I used it along the line. Navigation is basically the act and science of determining the position of a ship, plane, or other vehicles and guiding it to a specific destination. I'll come again. Navigation is basically the art rather, and science of determining the position of a ship, plane, or other vehicles and guiding it to a specific destination. Now, navigation requires a person to know the vehicle's relative location. Navigation requires a person to know the vehicle's relative location or position compared to other known locations. Now, the Oxford Dictionary simply will say is the process of activity of accurately ascertaining one's position and planning and following a route. Now, navigation is like you driving or you sailing or you flying a plane or you riding a bike. Now, the routes you follow or the directions you follow and how you follow them, that's your navigation. That's the Oxford Dictionary. Is the process or activity of accurately ascertaining one's position and planning and following a route, depending on your pronunciation or your understanding. Today's topic is how to navigate life around love and relationship. Now, if you had to relate this definition to our topic, navigating life around love and relationship. Now, one, no man is an island, no man is an island, and there's no way you can live this life being a one man squad or a one man army. There's no way you'll be able to. There's no way you can live this life in one man squad, no matter how independent you claim to be, or no matter how independent you wanna be, or how disassociated you feel you are from people. There's no way you can live this life a one man squad, a one man army, because people need people. To thrive, you need people. To succeed better, you need people. To do exploits, you need people. To go faster, you need people. To perform greater feats, you need people. Now, you need people to live and to succeed. You need people because people need people. Now, navigating love and relationship means to skillfully and intentionally steer through the complex and dynamic journey of romantic connections. Now, in my notes, I circled the word intentionally. I'll read it again. Navigating love and relationships means to skillfully and intentionally steer through the complex and dynamic journey of romantic connections. I also circled the word journey because relationships is just like life, how we are journeying through this life, how we are moving, how life is like a process, how life is like an adventure. That's how relationship also is an adventure. You can't just know how a relationship would end. You can't just know how the next moment of a relationship would be. That's why it's a journey. It's both the complex and dynamic journey of romantic connections, friendships, and family bonds. Now, based on our first definition of navigation, it would be the art of determining the position of your relationship. So at times you have to take, or so most times you have to take stock of your life around your love system or around your love bonds and around your relationships to know if it's the right position, to know if you are on the right course, to know if it's a healthy life or a healthy love pattern or a healthy relationship. And if it isn't, it's your duty. Now that's where the intentionality comes in. If you check or take stock of your life or read the course of your life or your love life or your relationship life or relationship system or your relationship bond, and you feel okay, something isn't right, you are the navigator. Just as you are the navigator of your life, you should also be the navigator of your relationship. If you realize, okay, yeah, something actually isn't going well or something isn't right, it's your duty, to adjust. It's your duty to make amends. It's your duty to reroute your course to the desired state, you know, and that's where the intentionality comes in. It's your duty to guide it and redirect it on a course to a specific destination. Now, relationship is just like a journey. Relationship is just like a life. There's a destination. You get because, and sometimes this destination never comes to an end until one buys. Buy means one is no longer alive. You understand? So it's a destination. It's a process. It's a journey. Or if the destination of your relationship leads to a breakup, God forbid, I don't wish that for anyone, then you know that okay, it's either was a wrong course or it was a wrong route you followed, or you were not actually a good navigator. And now I'm not talking about one person, I'm talking about both parties because it needs both parties to be able to have a successful relationship. And don't get me wrong, or don't misquote me. One party can mess up, one party maybe maybe the expense or maybe at the expense of a relationship losing its grip. But now for every relationship to work, it takes two. They say it takes two to tango, yeah? And now tango is like a dance. One person cannot dance tango. Even if one person happens to dance tango, you definitely not enjoy it. You definitely not find it or see it happening. So just as it takes two to tango, that's how a relationship is. It's a destination and it desires two navigators. It desires a pilot and a co-pilot and a co-pilot and a pilot. No one, more extreme than the other, or no one. It's two people coming together to become one for a better or a greater good. Now, you can't say you are living your life and having said friendships and relationships. That's what I mean. You cannot say you are living your life and having friendships and relationships based on just vibes. I know in our generation and most of the times currently people just be like, come on, this relationship is just on vibes. Oh. This relationship is just on inshallah. Nah, God has given you the grace already. God has given you the power already. For relationship to work, it's based on you. You feel me? For relationship to work, it's based on you and it's based on you and your partner coming together to realize or to say, okay, yeah, we have to make this relationship work. The relationship is not just based on vibes. Individually, you can have good vibes. Individually, you can have positive energy. But now coming together to realize that, okay, yeah, your positive energy and my positive energy should make a positive connection. And that positive connection will create an intimacy. And that positive intimacy will create a better communication. And that better communication will create a healthy relationship. And a healthy relationship, everywhere goes to. It will lead to continuity of relationship and to lead you to a better destination of your relationship. Now, I said you can't have relationship that has both friendships and intimate relationship that is romantic based relationship based on yours vibes and whatever happens. It's like charting a course, yeah? Charting a course through treacherous waters where the tides of emotions, needs, and desires constantly shift. Now, when you're on the water or when you're sailing, there are times that the tides or the waves of the water are so powerful and it can tumble a ship if you are not on the right course. It can tumble a ship if you lose your grip while, sailing. So that's just relationship, or how your love life, or how your life around love and relationship is basically. I said it's like a charting course through treacherous waters where the tides of emotions, needs, and desires constantly shift. Now, if you do nothing, you may be thrown off course. If you realize that a relationship is at the verge of losing its grip, if you realize that in your relationship, either you're messing up or your partner is messing up, or you're doing something your partner doesn't find appealing or isn't comfortable with your partner, now it's left to you to say, okay, yes, I'm sorry, I know that this thing I'm doing is not really fair to you. That's where acceptance and admittance, in quote, admittance, I guess is a word like that, yeah. That's where acceptance comes in. You should be able to accept the fact that, okay, probably whatever you are doing is not healthy to your partner, or whatever you are doing is not giving off a healthy relationship vibes, and this can affect your relationship or affect your partner. So if you do nothing, you may be thrown off course, you may capsize, you may drown, because you are the navigator of your life and equally the captain of your ship. You're also the navigator of your relationship and equally the captain of your relationship, making meaning and positive destination of your life and around your love and relationship bonds. So just as you are the navigator of your life and the captain of your life, you are equally the navigator of your relationship and captain of your relationship. You determine how your relationship should go. Yeah. If you want your relationship to be a smooth one filled with bliss and joy, it depends on you. Yeah. If you want your relationship to be a beautiful one, it depends on you, because just as you are the navigator, you are the captain. If you are just joining us, the topic of today is how to navigate your life around love and relationship. Now, you have to determine how positive, how your destination would be, and what would come out of your course, or what would come out of your route, or what is waiting for you at your destination of your life and around your love and relationship bonds. Now, imagine yourself as a captain, yeah, guiding your ship, and now your ship is like your heart and your mind. Your ship is like your love life and your relationship. Your ship is like your life. Now imagine yourself as a captain through the vast ocean of relationship. These are some of the things you must be able to. A captain of a ship is someone that controls the ship and puts the ship, or places the ship on the right course, or the right route. And sometimes when there are tides or heavy waves, it's left or based on the captain, to calm the vibe, to calm the storm. Sometimes the storms psychologically, or the storms in our head, or the storms in our mind or heart, are bigger than the storms surrounding us. Now, sometimes if you're in a car, let's say for example, the driver loses his grip, the driver may be able to reroute, or be able to use the brake and stop the car from either having an accident or hitting somebody or hitting something. But now you in the car, if you are not calm, believe me, you may lose it. You may even fly out of the car or bash out of the car, and you yourself flying out of the car, you may injure, or you yourself flying out of the car, you may sustain an injury, a wound, or lose your life. So now you are the captain of your ship. Just as the captain will calm everybody on board, okay, don't panic, everything will be alright. Don't panic. We're on the right course. Don't panic. We're on the right route. That's how you're meant to be the captain of your ship, and your ship is your heart and your mind. Whatever you harbor in your mind, it will definitely influence how you think. Whatever you harbor in your mind concerning your relationship, it will definitely translate to your relationship. If every time you feel, oh more, this relationship will elapse soon, this relationship, I don't think we are gonna last. Even if there's no problem at all in the relationship, even if everything is going smooth and going well, because you've harbored in your mind that more, this our relationship, I don't think we are gonna last though. This our relationship, I don't think my boyfriend is giving me the vibes I need. I don't think my girlfriend is being totally honest. I don't think my girlfriend is doing this and that. And believe me, if there was no problem at all in the relationship, if your boyfriend was being cool, or your guy was being cool, because you have harbored that thought in your mind that something is going wrong, automatically everything just starts going wrong, because you are the captain. It has started from you. You now, let's say you are not behaving some type of way, or in some kind of way to your boyfriend, or your boyfriend behaving some kind of way to his girlfriend. because you've harbored in your heart that I feel something is wrong with this relationship. Don't get me wrong. There are some times that you have or your instinct to tell you that things are not going well. Now, the best thing to do in a relationship is to communicate. You feel me? Yeah. The best thing is to communicate and ask your partner or ask your spouse or ask your guy or ask your girl or ask your baby or your sweetheart, wherever you guys call yourselves that. Okay, I'm sorry, but is everything cool with us? Is everything alright? In a subtle way, in love. Not that you just come out like a critic or criticize the person based off of what you've thought or based off of what you're thinking or based off of what your gut just tells you. Sometimes your guts can be right, sometimes your guts can be wrong, based off of what you've harbored in your heart and your mind. So you can basically ask, okay, CEO, I'm having so observation and I'm not imposing and I'm not saying, but it doesn't sit well with me. Now, if you're in a healthy relationship and the person you are dating is someone that has a level of good discipline and character, person will reply you and be like, yeah, I understand why you're feeling this way, and understand I may have been giving off vibes for a while. This is due to so, and it's not intentional, and I'm sorry about that. That's where communication comes in, and such communication can boost or build more trust and respect and loyalty in your relationship, because you are the captain of your ship, you are the navigator of your ship. But if you choose to remain silent and just harbor things in your heart and your mind, it may mess up your relationship. Again, now these are some of the things you must be able to do to become a good navigator of your life, of your love life, and your relationship. These are some of the things you have to be able to do. Number one, read the maps. Now, what do I mean by reading the maps? Communicating openly, like I just mentioned earlier. Communicating openly to avoid hidden reefs or misunderstanding. If you don't communicate, believe me, you just keep harboring things in your mind. If you don't communicate, you just keep, thinking, having ill thoughts, having negative thoughts, because it's you now, it's yourself. So you wouldn't want to find or see yourself that you are wrong. So you may feel this your thinking is right. But how can you know? You can never know unless you ask. No matter how good an observer you are, you may be observing right, but at the same time your observation may be wrong. You get. So the best thing you can do is ask. That's number one. Read the maps. Communicate openly to avoid hidden reefs or misunderstanding. Number two, adjust your sails. Sometimes when you're on a ship or when you're on board, what it could be, sorry if someone called me, so it affected my network. So number two, I was saying adjust your sails. Now, how do you adjust your sails? You set boundaries. You set boundaries to harness the winds of change or growing together. Now, why boundaries or have boundaries? Because for you to have a successful relationship, believe you me, you must have boundaries. And for your partner or for you yourself to be able to respect your partner's boundaries in a relationship, will give you guys a successful relationship and a more boundaries, to harness the winds of change. Now, these winds of change could be misunderstandings. These winds of change could be times of dispute or times of, you know, you harboring things in your mind. You have to harness your wind. You have to change your course. You have to reroute the present. Because you guys are growing together. It's a relationship. It's not a one-time thing. It's a journey. You feel me? So when things are not going so me and it keeps affecting my network, I'm truly sorry. Forgetting what I was saying now. I was talking about adjusting your sales and it means setting boundaries. And I was talking about growing together in a relationship, because a relationship is a journey. And growing together, there are times that you have conflict. Now, the way to relationship is not like an underwear that you just change every 2 minutes, every 2 days, or daily, or every 3 days. Nah, relationship should be a continuity. Relationship is a journey. So there are times that there will definitely be trials and temptations. There are times that there will definitely be misunderstandings. But now adjusting yourself, setting boundaries, and having to grow together, working as a team to grow together will help your relationship. Number three is steer clear of rocky shores. Now, what are these rocky shores? Toxic patterns. So whenever you notice that, okay, in my relationship, either my partner is beginning to have a toxic trait, bro, address that toxic trait ASAP. Because one thing with toxicity is that If you keep quiet, it will keep growing. It may be as little as the choicest things. Navigate through treacherous streets. What are these treacherous streets? These are conflict resolution. So the best way when you realize that there are rocky patterns in your relationship or there are toxic patterns in your relationship, the first thing and the best thing you can do is address it, because toxicity can grow to become something very huge and something very infuriating or very ugly in someone's life or in a relationship. So conflict resolution can help in this aspect, that is steering clear of rocky shores, navigating through treacherous streets. Because, like I said, you are the navigator. Number four, find safe harbors. As a navigator, you should be able to find safe harbor, because being a captain of a ship, you should be able to find a safe harbor. Now, what do I mean by safe harbor? Remember, I'm talking about life, love, and relationship, navigating around these three courses or these three aspects. So, what are safe harbors? Safe harbors are supportive networks, an anchor in tranquil bays. What do I mean by anchor in tranquil bays? Having supportive networks and taking care of yourself, that's self care. Because you can't be looking for a support network or a support group. Support networks or support groups are people that help us, to be better. That's why I see some persons who are addicted with either drinking or smoking or one of the abuses or whatnot. What they do is that they find a supportive network or a supportive group. These are people that you guys are a like minds. You guys help yourselves. You guys advise yourself on a daily. You guys remind yourselves why you guys are on the journey of living that habit or living that bad behavior or that character. So find yourself safe harbors, supportive networks, and also an anchor in tranquil bays, which means self-care. So you too should be a support on that person, because if you're not taking care of yourself and just relying on people, you may get fed up, because you may slowly become a parasite. So don't let yourself become a parasite. Now this goes in your life, that's self, your love, and your relationship aspects. Number five is chart new courses. As a navigator, if you realize a particular route isn't going in your favor again, or you realize a particular route there are always heavy tides or heavy waves there, what do? You reroute. What do? You look for a new course that will definitely or still get you to your desired destination. And what do I mean based on life, love, and relationship? What do I need by charting new courses? I mean growing and adapt. Like I said earlier, just as life is like a journey or an adventure, your relationships also are a journey. You know, and journey, I don't mean just you just drive from here to like 1,000 meters or 1,000 miles. No, bro, it should be a lifetime. When talking about relationship, I don't mean just the caricature dating we mostly see in our generation. Nah, if you are going in for a relationship, you should mean it. You should be intentional. You should be serious about it, because come on, it's not just yourself here; it's you and somebody. So if you are going to a relationship, you should be serious. You should have your partner at the back of your mind. You should love your partner just as you would love yourself. Some things you don't want done to yourself, you shouldn't do that to anybody. And now that's not just in the conference or circumference or circle of relationship. That's both in life. What you wouldn't want done to you, don't do it to other persons. What you don't like, done to you, any habit, any character, don't do that to anybody. So charting courses mean growing and adapt as the journey unfolds. I circle the word journey here. Like I said, just as life is a journey, relationship are journeys also. And as you grow, you adapt, because just as you are growing, you are changing, you're having bigger part of your body, there's puberty. That's how relationship is. As you guys are growing together, there will definitely be changes. Just as life evolves, just as change is constant, relationship also evolves. And if you don't evolve with your relationship, you may lose it. If you don't evolve with your life, you may lose sight of yourself. If you don't evolve with your love system, you may lose sight of your love system. So you have to grow. You have to adapt just as the journey unfolds. It's just like an exam. Yeah, you pass the first class exam, you go to the next class or the next level. That's just how relationship is. You pass the communication test, like you're open to your partner, you're honest, you go to the next level. There's intimacy. You pass the intimacy, you go to the next level. There's trust. You pass the trust aspect, you go to the next level. There's loyalty. You are able to withstand, trials or withstand scenarios where you'll be able to. If you do such things, you would hurt your partner, but you're able to withstand. That means you've passed the loyalty test or the loyalty challenge. So it just as you are growing, just as you grow, you keep adapting. That's how it is in both life, your love aspect, and relationship. So those are the four patterns or four things you must put to notice in your in navigating around life, love, and relationship. Now, navigating life around love and relationship can be somewhat challenging and rigid. It can as well be compelling, choking, or complex, depending on the scenarios. But there are some guidelines, oh boy, but there are some guidelines or guides to help you navigate better. There are some guidelines to help you navigate around life, love, and relationship better. Number one, like I earlier said, but this now will make it simpler. Number one is communication. You have to be open. You have to be honest. You have to be respectful. They say respect is reciprocal, and now it doesn't mean just elderly and younger ones or older and younger ones. In your relationship, there has to be respect, and this respect has to be reciprocal. Some mistakes we make in relationships is that some men feel in relationship the lady or the woman just have to be the person respecting at all times. Nah, bro. Nah, the respect has to be reciprocal, because if you don't see your partner as someone that you should pay respect to or give regards, you may lose sight of her and you may lose sight of a relationship. But this respect now is reciprocal. It's not like, definitely, there are times that your wife would listen to you as a man or as a husband. There are times that your girl would listen to you, because naturally it's the man or it's the guy is more like that's more like a hustler in a relationship. Again, so he tends to act as a guide because he gives rules or he gives directions. While a woman is more like a comforter in a relationship, more like the homely kind. So the two of them have to work together. You know, if the guy has a rigid kind of system, the woman has to have a flexible kind of system, because rigid and flexible can't really work together. Because if you, okay, this guy is rigid, now you now tell yourself, oh, more, me, I'll be rigid though. No. And now, seeing the guy a rigid kind of person, this may be due to how his upbringing and stuff. And being rigid may not totally be a bad thing, but now being a flexible kind, you guys be able to have a successful relationship. And you being the flexible type, believe in me, it will definitely rub off on the guy being a rigid person. There's some things he will learn, and there's some things he would unlearn. Now, having open, honest, and respectful, communications, or having all these traits in your relationship would help your relationship. Communication is key to building and maintaining healthy relationship. Some things your partner will do that you wouldn't like. The best way to sort these things out is to relate it to him or her in an open and honest way without losing the respect you guys have for each other. Number two is self reflection. Now, what is self reflection? Understanding your values, your needs, and your desires to make informed and optimistic decision. I come again. Self reflection means understanding your values, your needs, and your desires to make informed and optimistic decision. In a relationship now, you have to self reflect at all times. That sometimes that probably your partner will ask you for something, or that sometimes that it requires you making a decision. You should just make the decision off the circumstance at hand, or just make a decision off your mood. That's probably if you are angry or you're not in a good mood, and your partner asks you something or request for something or asks for your guidance for something, and you just make your decision based off of your mood, and sometimes that may be the wrong decision. So the best thing to do is self-reflect. Understand the scenario, understand the value more than yourself. You have to be selfless for a relationship to work. You feel me? Yeah, you have to be selfless. It's your partner first and the success of a relationship first before yourself. So understand your values, understand your needs, and understand your desires to make informed and optimistic decisions. Number three is boundaries. Now, establish and respect boundaries to protect your emotional and mental well being. For relationship to work, there have to be boundaries. There are some things you wouldn't do in a relationship. There are some things that are work related, and those things that are work related, you wouldn't have them brought to family issues or brought to family. Leave work things for work things. You can ask your partner for advice. You can ask your partner for directions. You can ask your partner for opinions or what they think in a particular situation. But let's say now in your office, you are like the CEO of your office. So now in your office, you are more like the type that other people are around because the decision power comes from you. And now you are a lady. But now coming back home, you wouldn't allow that work related vibes or work related functionality brought back to your home, because now in your home it's a teamwork. In your home is a partnership. It's a relationship between you and your spouse, or a relationship between you and your partner. So how do you react in your workplace, or how orderly you act in your workplace, wouldn't be how you would act in your home. Now if you are a man and um in your workplace, you're like the CEO or you're the manager, and you're the type that give order around or determine how things will go, stuff like that. If you come back home, you wouldn't carry that your work vibes or your work functionality back home, because your wife is your partner, your wife is your spouse, your wife is your helpmate. You wouldn't treat her the way you treat, your subordinates at work. You wouldn't order her the way you'd order your subordinates at work. The functionality of your office or how you act in your workplace wouldn't be the same how you act in your relationship. So establish and respect boundaries. These boundaries are not just limited to workplace, like the instance I've given, various aspects, but establish and respect boundaries to protect your emotional and mental well-being. Number four is emotional intelligence. In one of the first sessions, I said emotional intelligence is invariably known as EQ, meaning emotional quotient. And emotional quotient is more valuable than intelligence quotient, which is IQ. Emotional intelligence means developing self awareness, empathy, and effective conflict resolution skills. Now, you may be the smartest person in the room, you may be the most brilliant person in the room, but if your intelligence has no impact in your relationship, if your intelligence has no impact in your self awareness, if your intelligence has no impact in your empathy, and your intelligence has no impact in your conflict resolution skills, that your intelligence is bullshit. I'm sorry. But now, being intelligent, you have to have emotional intelligence. And for you to have a better life, for you to have a better work life, for you to have a better love life, and navigate better in life around love and relationship, you should have emotional quotient or emotional intelligence, which entails developing self awareness, empathy, and effective conflict resolution skills. Number five is self care. Prioritize your physical, emotional, and mental health. In life, in love, in relationship, you're going to prioritize self care. And self care involves your physical, emotional, and mental health. If you're in a relationship and something is wrong with your mental health, it will definitely affect your emotional possibilities or your emotional power. If you're in a relationship and you are sick, that is physically, definitely now it affects how you would relate in a relationship or how physical you would be. If probably you are in a relationship, if you come home, maybe you are the kind of person that loves to eat semovita, and you help your wife to turn the semovita while she handles the soup, and you are physically ill, that day you guys will have to compromise or eat something different. So you have to prioritize your physical, your emotional, and your mental health when you are in a relationship, and even when you're not in a relationship, because it's navigating around life, love, and relationship. That's self care. Number six is trust and respect. I make them together because when you have respect for your partner, utmost respect for your partner, even to a fault in quote, invariably you would have trust. Invariably you develop trust for your partner. And when you have trust for your partner, invariably it will help how you having respect for your partner. That's why I made trust and respect. So Nurture trust and respect in your relationship to have successful and a more beautiful relationship. And now trust and respect is not just in a relationship. Even as a single guy, even as a single girl, even as you navigate around love, even as you navigate around life, people should be able to trust you, because you do businesses, you should have integrity. People should be able to trust you. If not, if people cannot trust you in business, if people cannot trust you when you are single, do you think it's in that relationship that you do well? Bro, you will mess up. No fugazi. There's no two ways about that. You go fuck up. So trust and relationship, trust and respect goes together. And now you have to nurture trust as a person. You have to nurture trust as a being even before you are in a relationship. You have to have respect. You have to be the respectful kind. You have to show regard and honor, for people that are meant to have it or people that are due to have it. That's why trust and respect goes together. Number 7, embrace vulnerability. Now, what does vulnerability mean? Be willing to take risks. You know, be willing to take risks in life. Be willing to take risks in your love aspect or your love system. Be willing to take risks in your relationship. And you have to be vulnerable. Let me even circle it. Vulnerable. You have to be vulnerable. There are some people that the only thing that is preventing them from having successful relationship is that they are not ready to be vulnerable. And now vulnerability invariably goes with accountability. If you're not ready to be accountable, don't go into relationship. If it's only this one that you go home with, go home. If you're not ready to be accountable, if you're not ready to be vulnerable, bro, please, sister, please, don't go into a relationship, because the criteria for you having one of the criteria for you having a beautiful relationship, you have to be vulnerable. One of the criteria of you having a beautiful relationship, you have to be accountable. And now accountability and vulnerability also goes with life. For you to have a successful life, for you to make it in life, you have to take risks. For you to make it in life, you have to be accountable. Accountable for your success and accountable for your mistakes and accountable for your failures. When you fail in life, it's not an agenda for you to just sleep and say, Cho, I cannot do this thing. Oh, but no, bro. You have to be accountable for yourself. When you fail, you have realized that, okay, yes, I cannot get it this way. That's one thing you realize. You move ahead, you forge ahead, you move on, you press on. Failure doesn't mean you are bad. Failure doesn't mean you are a failure. Failure just realizing that, okay, yes, this way I did it is the wrong way. You get, let me try, let me adjust, let me change my settings, let me do it this way, let me say, okay, yes, it has worked this way. Then you realize, okay, yes, you can succeed in this kind of way, or you can succeed in this pattern. But if you just fail and you just rest, how would you know that you can be a success? If you just fail, it will be on you, because you failed to try. Failure doesn't mean you're a failure. Failing something doesn't mean you're a failure. But failing and not doing anything about it, that's what makes you a failure. But when you fail, say, this one no go work, man, try another aspect, let me try another way. Then you try and you get it, realize, okay, yes, this means it wouldn't work. And you can even now advise other people that, see, this thing, I did it like this, it didn't work. Now you have the experience. And now that experience can be transferred to other people. And those other people will see that as wisdom. So now failing is not a bad thing. Failing does not make you a failure. That's why vulnerability comes both in life, your love, and your relationship. You have to embrace it to have a successful life. You have to embrace vulnerability. Be ready to be vulnerable if you want to have a beautiful relationship. Number 8 is foster healthy habits. Now, develop habits that promote healthy relationships, such as active listening and empathy. Now, for the guys, let me tell you something. Some of your partners, that is your babes, your girl, your woman, the best thing you can do at times, is just listen. See, there'll be times that they want to rant, and now they're not ranting because they're either pissed at you. They're ranting because they need someone to listen to them. There are times that they will need an ear, someone that will render the ear and say, okay, no worry, I did for you. Just speak on, speak on, speak on. And I realize that sometimes once they finish ranting, once they finish pouring out their hearts, bro, it's like, what was I saying? They become automatically better, or gradually they just feel better because someone was there to listen to them. Someone was there to listen to their heartbeats, or someone was there to listen to their heart's concerns. That's why I see that sometimes in relationship, girls prefer to have besties even while in a relationship. You know why? Because if your boyfriend is doing baby I'm busy and busy and busy, if your boyfriend is saying I'll call you back, I'll call you back. If you have something to say and your boyfriend is the kind of one that will be like, don't worry later, don't worry later. Bro, if they happen to have bestie, Otilo, you're far gone, you're finished, bro, because you see that they're bestie. Even if the guy is not in the mood, even if the guy is busy, even if the guy has something to do, but because he's serving that bestie purpose, bro, he will listen. He will listen to your girlfriend. And if your girlfriend continually, frequently, back to back, calls him to listen to her whenever she wants to rant, goes to him to listen to her whenever she wants to share her heart's concerns, instead of you, her boyfriend, bro, it will affect your relationship. You get? So one of the things, one of a healthy habit to foster in life and foster in your relationship is being an active listener and empathy. And now, an active listener is different from someone that hears. Some persons, if you are talking to them, they're not listening to you. They're not listening to you, but lie. Believe you me, they ain't listening to you. They're just hearing. And now, hearing is that they're just hearing to give an answer. Say, okay, type shit. No be lie. You know, lie. Not true, not true. No, it's not every time that you give progressive comments. It's not every time you give progressive responses. Sometimes calm, listen and realize why the person is even saying this. Reason and come from the aspect that's where empathy comes in. You know, put yourself in the person's shoes, understand why the person is saying all this. That is a good way to understand life better. Being an active listener and showing empathy. And that's one of the best ways to have a successful relationship. Number 9 is practice self compassion. What does self compassion mean? Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, just as you would a close friend. Now, this compassion is not just that every time you show compassion, every time you show kindness. To have a good life, to be able to navigate life around love and relationship, you should be able to practice self compassion also. You know, treat yourself kindly how you would want others treated, or how you treat other people, and treat yourself with understanding. Don't be too hard on yourself, bro. Don't be too hard on yourself, sis. So treat yourself with kindness just as you would a close friend. Number 10 is seek support. You know, in this life, like I mentioned earlier, people need people, people help people. So surround yourself with supportive people and seek guidance when needed. No, they do one army. No, they do one man squad. Nah, don't do that, bro. If you fall ill, who will come through for you? You know, if you're in the hospital, who are those your friends that will come through for you? Who are those your support networks? You know, your back system, your spine that will come through for you. So no, seek support whenever you are in need of help or in need. If you are winning, who will celebrate your wins with you? You know, so you have to have a support system. I have people that carry you on top of their head and they'll be able to come through for you no matter the situation or regardless of the circumstance. Even Jesus knew that he needed disciples and apostles to be able to do his father's will on earth. You think if it was only Jesus would have accomplished what he had accomplished in his 3.5 years ministry on earth? No. But he realized I cannot be here and go to Judea. I cannot be here and go to Nineveh. I cannot be here and go send people to Samaria and send people to them, send people to the Pharisees, send people to the Sadducees. That's why he had disciples and apostles. So seek support. Have people that are around you, you know, that will carry your matter for head for you to have a successful life and relationship. Now, if Jesus can have disciples and apostles to help him do his father's will, thought less of you now. You want to do one man squad. Oje, the one yourself. So no, in this life, be able to ask for help and support when you need it. That's why you have to have a support group or a support network or a profitable cycle of friends or families. Now, number 11, embrace imperfections. You know, recognize that nobody is perfect because nobody actually is, but perfection is attainable. Now, recognize that nobody is perfect and that it's okay to make mistakes. In your relationship, recognize that it's okay, you know, to mess up, but don't just sleep under your mess up, you know, make amends. So now, it's okay to make mistakes, but be ready to learn and make corrections or amendments or adjustments also, but embrace imperfections. Number 12, cultivate gratitude. Now, focus on the positive aspect of your relationships. Focus on the positive aspects of your life. Focus on the good things of life. Embrace gratitude, cultivate gratitude. Be thankful at all times. We treated gratitude on Sunday. When things are going good, be grateful. When things aren't really going smooth or well, be grateful. Gratitude should be a lifestyle. So cultivate it. And one way to help it is focus on the positive aspects of your life and focus on the positive aspects of your relationship to have a wonderful life and navigate better around love, life, and relationship. Number 13, take responsibility. Now, what does responsibility entails? Own your actions and apologize when necessary. Now, this is not only in a relationship. To become or to have a beautiful personality, you have to be able to own up when you are wrong, own your actions, and apologize when necessary. Bro, apologize is not a big deal. Sometimes it's ego, sometimes it's your pride, but you should learn to put your pride aside because saying I'm sorry, just those two words, I'm sorry, can save someone from you know from committing one careless atrocity or death or even suicide. You get, so I'm sorry, just do that. That's why in literature there's a saying, the pen is mightier than the sword. That's like a metaphor. You get, so instead of fighting, what you just do with your pen, either just send a text or a note or a letter that, bro, I know I messed up, it wasn't intentional, I'm sorry. Or, hey babe, hope you're doing good, just checking up on you and I'm sorry for the last time. So the pen is mightier than the sword. What the pen will do about the sword will cause more harm. You get, and this stuff I just said now, the pen is mightier than, so this metaphor, it can mean different things. So, but I'm just explaining it in the context of life and relationship. You understand? So take responsibilities, own your actions, and apologize when necessary. Number 14, embrace growth. Now, view challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. You feel me? Yeah. When you see challenges, view them as opportunities for you to grow and learn. Because if you see challenges and you relax and be like, oh, more, this one go dey on your own, this one go dey on his no, bro. How would you learn? How would you grow? How would you move from one level to another? It's just like if you've played Prince of Persia, yeah. Prince of Persia is one of the best adventure games, and now you have to be detailed, you have to be patient, you have to be keen, you have to listen. Playing Prince of Persia involves different levels, different mode. You have to crack various challenges. Now, if you pass one level to the next level, see, bro, the way you will feel good. Like, so now this thing are supposed to do things. So now I'm bringing that as an instance to life. You have to embrace challenges for you to be able to grow. You have to view challenges as an avenue, as opportunities for you to grow and for you to learn. So embrace growth. Number 15 on the list, which is the last one, prioritize joy. Now, how do you prioritize joy? Make time for activities in your life and in your relationship that brings you joy. It's not every time that you just be thinking about things of life. Just stay and start pondering on the fuck ups or the mess ups or things that are not going well. No, make out time, for activities in both your life and your relationship that will bring you joy. So prioritize joy, and this will help you having a better life, a happier life, a more beautiful relationship. Now, take note, navigating love and relationship is a journey. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a journey, and it's okay to take your time in figuring things out. Don't be in a haste in life. Don't be in a haste in relationship. Don't be in a haste. You falling in love, you calm down, bro. They rush now. They don't rush things like this. You falling in love, you have to calm down. You have to observe. You have to learn about the person. You have to learn about what you are going into. So don't be in a haste. Navigate well. Stay on course. If it requires you staying on course and looking at oversight and, okay, should I move on? You get, so when it comes to love and relationship, it's a journey, and it's okay to take your time and figure things out till when you realize that, okay, yeah, I totally understand. Okay, yeah, I feel I'm good to go. Then you can make a move. Now, to add, there are some specific tips for different aspects of love and relationship. to add to these things I've mentioned, there are some specific tips because there's some people that have different types of relationships. Some people are married, some people are in courtship, some people are dating. So now these are specific tips to the different aspects of love and relationship. Number one is dating. Like I said earlier, me I prefer something serious. So sometimes dating may not appear serious. So dating, but I prefer courtship because courtship is more intentional. Courtship is when you realize that okay, yes, I don't want to snooze anymore. I don't want to play around anymore. I mean business. So now this is one aspect of love and relationship dating. It's more courtship is more intentional, and it's more worthy of an outcome than just dating. But let me use the one we all know, dating. Be open-minded, communicate clearly and don't play games unless you are a stupid person. And now I'm not kidding. Don't play games with people. Don't mess up with people's life. If you're not ready to be serious in a relationship, if you're not ready to be serious with somebody, bro, don't go into a relationship. If you just want to smash a guy, if you just want to smash a girl, if you just want to while away time with somebody, it's better to let the person know beforehand or before time. Don't play with people's emotions. Don't play with people's feelings. Come on. Don't do that. So be open minded, communicate clearly, and don't play games. Unless you are a stupid person, like I said, and cannot be serious. Don't take another commitment for amusement. Don't take someone else for granted. Don't do it. That's great wickedness. That's evil. So that's number one, dating. Number two aspect is long term relationship or long distance, or rather long term relationship. Promote trust, respect, and emotional intelligence. So if you are going to relationship with somebody and okay, yes, so this is a long term thing. This is, we are not here to play. We are not here to play games. We are investing in this for long term. Promote trust, respect, and emotional intelligence. Just as I've explained these three pillars earlier. Number three aspect of love and relationship is friendships. Now, nurture your relationships and practice trust and loyalty. Trust and loyalty shouldn't just be when you're in a relationship that is a romantic relationship. Your friends should be able to have trust in you. You have to be able to be loyal, to your friends. So nurture your relationships and prioritize trust and loyalty. Number four aspect of love and relationship is family relationships. Now, communicate openly, set boundaries, and practice empathy. For you to have a successful family relationship, you have to prioritize, communication and communicating openly. Set boundaries and practice empathy. I've explained all these things earlier so you should understand. But take note, every relationship is unique. And what works for one may not work for another. Or what works for one person may not work for you. So in times like this, trust your inner self. And trusting your inner self, how do you help it? Communicate openly and practice, or rather prioritize love and respect, because what works for Mr. A may not work for Mr. P. What worked for Mrs. Q may not work for Mrs. B. So trust your inner self, communicate openly, and prioritize love and respect. This is the way of having a beautiful relationship, and this is the fourth aspect. Four aspects of love and relationship: dating, long term, friendship, and family relationships. Lastly, how do you know your navigation is effective? Now, I've explained to you what navigating life around love and relationship is. I've explained tips on how to navigate, and I've explained tools to use to navigate better in life and around love and relationship. Now, how do you know your navigation is effective? These few tips. Number one, recognizing and respecting the tides of your own emotions and needs. That is self-care, that is self-reflection. When you're able to recognize and respect the tides of your own emotions and needs, you're on the right path. Number two, communicating openly and honestly with your gang. What I mean by your gang, guys, your partner, your friends, your homies, your G's, your bros, your sister, the sister crew, sister code, whatever you guys call it, and your family. So when you realize that or notice that you are communicating openly and honestly with your gang, you're on the right path. Number three is adapting to changing weather conditions. Now, what do I mean by changing weather conditions? Life's challenges. When you're able to adapt and grow through life challenges, then you're on the right path of navigating your life around love and relationship effectively. And remember, you are a navigator, this time not on the sea, but about life. That's number three. Number four, finding balance and harmony within and without. Either is in life, either is in your love life, either is in falling in love, either is in relationship. You finding balance and harmony in whatever you are doing or whatever aspects within and without is a way of knowing that you are navigating effectively. It's a way of knowing that you are doing the right thing. Number five, cultivating a sense of wonder, curiosity, and adventure. That's why I see people that live all this adventurous life, bro, that having the best out of life than people that just decide to just stay one place, or people that are so scared to try new things. Because trying new things, yesterday we discussed life and purpose. Trying new things may give you a clue of what your purpose will be, or trying new things may make you realize that this is where your purpose actually lies. So, bro, in this life, be adventurous. To that, be adventurous to the extent that when you are living this life, you know that yes, I have done all the things I want to do. I've done all the things that are in my list, that are in my tick list, that are in my bucket list. I've done everything that is in my bucket list. So be adventurous. Cultivate a sense of wonder, curiosity, and adventure. There are some times that there are some scenarios that you say, why is this thing like this? But you say, abeg, let me. If you see yourself asking yourself, why is this thing like this? Go ahead to figure out why that thing is like that. Be curious about life. Be curious about some things. Be curious when some things are not working out for you. You should know. That's where you have to be informed. And when you are informed, you have the knowledge. You'll be able to navigate better. So be curious and having a sense of wonder and adventure. Your life and your relationship should be like an exploration, filled with adventures, trying out new things, realizing more about yourself and your partner, and more about life and about your loved ones, having a sense of wonder, happiness, and amazement. Now, I'll close with this. Note, by navigating love and relationship with intention, respect, mutual understanding, and care, you can create a journey that is filled with connection, growth, and joy. I'll come again. Navigating love and relationship with intention, number one, respect, mutual understanding, and care, you can create a journey that is filled with connection, growth, and joy. So, to be a wonderful navigator of your life, to be a wonderful navigator navigating around life, love, and relationship, these tools, intention or intentionality, respect, mutual understanding, and care, are the tools you are meant to portray, or the tools you are meant to have, or the tools you are meant to grow with and groom yourself in. So yeah, that's it. I hope we have been able to realize, how wonderful life is, how wonderful love and how wonderful relationship is, and how to navigate life around love and navigate life around relationship. We have come to the end of today's session, today's session of love and relationship. If you're with us from beginning to the end, bro, seriously, I appreciate you. It's everything in me. God bless you. If it's your first time here, God bless you. I appreciate you. So yeah, that's it for today. That's it for love and relationship, and that is it for navigating life around love and relationship. If it's nights where you are, it's nights where I am. Have a good night. Have a pleasant night. Have a wonderful night rest. Sleep like a baby and wake up like a giant. You get me? If it's day where you are, have a wonderful and a beautiful day. It's the day, so yeah, make declarations of your day and how you want your day to be. Make wonderful proclamations and wonderful declarations. And come on, you would have a blessed day. If it's afternoon where you are, have a calm noon and don't forget to stay hydrated. I remain your boy Koda, you know the vibes, and it's live streaming daily till I blow up. That brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for watching. I love you, and I love you to say it back. Type shit. Alright, so God bless you. Peace out. Stay blessed, and don't forget to stay positive. Stay up. Have high spirits. Keep your spirit up. Keep your spirits high. Keep your spirits alive. Bless up. Have a good night. Have a wonderful day. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed night. It's a boy Coda, and I'm out.